This summer, I went home to Southern California, where, among other things, I went back to a favorite place of mine in the Angeles National Forest, namely a mountain resort community known as Wrightwood, which has a little lake, which is odd for such a dry place, but even odder, that lake has a very straight edge. This is not a dam, which might be the first logical guess, but rather this is the San Andreas Fault, and the water in this lake is upwelling through the fault itself. Back in the 1980s, while at the Lamont Tree Ring Lab, Gordon Jacoby and I came across this enormous Jeffrey pine growing right along the straight edge of the lake. Notice, no top to this tree. At some point in its lengthy past, this tree lost some of its crown. We cored it, of course, and the ringwoods came out like this. Pith date near 1600, normal growth up to and including 1812, then a total shutdown beginning in 1813, and at least 10% missing rings since then. Something happened to this tree between the growing seasons of 1812 and 1813. And not just this tree, but several other trees growing right on the fault near Wrightwood showed similar shutdowns beginning in 1813. Trees growing away from the fault showed normal growth throughout the 1800s. Any historical evidence of an earthquake in 1812? Yes, actually. Spanish missions of Southern California recorded an earthquake on December 8, 1812. Perfect. Most notably, San Juan Capistrano, 60 miles southwest of Wrightwood, had this as its church, newly completed in 1806, but then wrecked by the earthquake on December 8, 1812. Accordingly, this earthquake, which had been ascribed to an offshore fault, was reassigned to the San Andreas Fault because of the tree ring evidence of Wrightwood. The paper that emerged from this work included the word irregular in the title. With 1812 as a date, the frequency of earthquakes hasn't been regular, which is too bad because predictability into the future goes down when the past is not regular. Oh well. Recently, a Seismopub citing the tree ring paper said that dating unknown event X to 1812 was important precisely because of exposing the irregularity of earthquakes on the San Andreas. Fast forward to now, the tree died some number of years ago and was cut out as a hazard. The stump is still in situ, and the 1812-1813 moment is visible right from the stump. Lo and behold, the lower log from the tree was discarded to the parking lot as trash, so we hired a chainsaw and got a sample. A museum exhibit is being made from this specimen and should be on display here and at Lamont sometime soon. This presentation is dedicated to the memory of Gordon.